So the pull chain that regulates when the fan turns on and off and what speed the fan is going broke. I had my 5-year-old pulled the chain one too many times hard and broke the pull chain on it. So this is the little mechanism, the pull chain switch. And you can actually buy a new pull chain switch at Home Depot or Amazon. And at Home Depot, they're about $5. On Amazon, they're about $7. So I just went and picked one up at Home Depot. And this is the little switch part that broke. And I took this light part off the fan and unscrewed it and dropped it and then unplugged this little spot. Here is where it plugs into the rest of the fan. And then I took apart, this is the part of the fan switch. It's still intact, so I might just leave this in place and then attach the new part of the fan switch I bought to this so I don't have to reinstall the wiring. But I'll show you how I did that. But anyway, there's the fan up there. You can leave the fan in place to do this. You don't have to take down the whole fan. Fortunately, at least my fan was able to take apart. I just undid a few screws. You can see right there where those plug in together like that, those two things. So I unscrewed it, took it off, and then detached that wire harness. And I went and bought the switch after I figured out what was going on there. So I'm gonna see if I can reattach the switch to this thing here and get it to work. So I'm gonna take this flathead screwdriver and push on those tabs right there to separate this little fan switch unit. So let's see if I can get this detached here. There we go. Got it to pop off. So this is the part that's already connected into the lamp. I'm just gonna see if I can use this switch here. Looks like it lined up just fine. I'm gonna check the mechanism, make sure it's still working. I think it's working just fine. Awesome. That was pretty easy actually. So I left the one that was wired in place and I took it apart and then snapped it back in. These are all pretty much the same. I'm learning. So now I'm gonna feed the little metal chain through that little hole and the end of the switch that goes through like that. So here's that part that screws on. Looks like everything's back in place. That's awesome. Looks like it's ready to put back. And so now I'm just going to take this end here and plug it back in where it goes up top and screw these little screws in that go around here back in place and then attach the little extension on that and then we're good to go. Actually, it wasn't as hard as I thought. I'm glad I didn't go I was actually worried I was going to have to buy a whole new light fixture, but save yourself the money. Don't buy a new light fixture. Just buy the $5 little switch instead of the $100 light fixture. Just this little switch is $5 and it was pretty easy to replace instead of having to replace the whole light fixture for $100 or more. Usually like actually $100 or $200 depending on what kind of fancy fan light you get. So yeah, not too bad. I'll show you how I put it back on. Please subscribe to my channel, support my channel. Thank you for watching. All right. Like I said before, I'm gonna reattach this wiring harness right here. Make sure you line up the colors the way they should be. Lined up with A, yellow, all the colors are lined up. Snaps back into place. All lined up like it should be. And then now I need to get some screws so that will stay in place. I'm gonna grab the screws that go to hold that in place. Actually, before I go crazy doing this, before I put all the screws in, I should check and make sure the fan is working. So I'm gonna flip on the switch here, and the light works, that's good. I also need to make sure that the fan control will work. That's off. Oh, that turned it on, good. Lower, super low. I think that should be off. Yep, that worked. Awesome. And the light switch works still too. Awesome. Please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I need some more subscribers to support my channel. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and click the like button. Alright, and I got a new chain extension here. It's pretty long. I'm going to have to shorten it somehow here. It's supposed to go through here like so. Tighten this up. It was kind of loosey-goosey. I don't like how loose that was. Tighten that up. Yeah, that's working good like it should. Very nice. This is way too long. I'm gonna have to shorten this one a little bit. And I got the fan switch to work now. It's turned on. Let's turn the light on. The light turns on. The fan turns on. You can turn it down. This chain broke inside the little switch, so it would, anytime we wanted to turn the light on, the fan would always come on, which is annoying. We don't always want the light to come on, so it was nice we could fix that without having to replace the whole ceiling fan, because I actually like the ceiling fan. It's not a bad looking ceiling fan, so I think we'll just leave it and fix it for $5 instead of taking the whole thing down and replacing it for $200. So well worth the $5 fix and the little bit of time it took.